Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shor. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Funding cuts for the National Endowment of the Humanities and how it's affecting the CNMI.
Also tonight, tariffs on international countries and what that means for retirees and the Marianas tourism-based economy.
And a former legislator and his employee are back in court on assault and battery charges.
In sports, Va'a paddlers compete in a long-distance race outside of the reef.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Marianas Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafaday Zantero. On behalf of the Northern Marianas Humanities Council, you're invited to join us for Your Humanities Half Hour, Thursdays at 7 p.m. here on KSPN2. We take a look at the humanities issues of interest to you and our community. Join us as we navigate the human experience together on Your Humanities Half Hour, Thursdays, and replayed on Saturdays at 7 p.m. and on YouTube at 670 Humanities.
McDonald's meets the Minecraft universe with 6 new collectibles in a Minecraft movie meal.
Hafaday Tirawami and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on April the 7th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill.
In a devastating blow to the cultural and educational landscapes of the Northern Mariana Islands, the Northern Marianas Humanities Council has lost its primary funding from the National Endowment for the Humanities, effective this month.
For over 33 years, the Council has been a vital partner with NEH, delivering programs that advance the humanities, support local authors, and preserve the region's rich cultural history. The loss of NEH funding, which accounts for 93% of the Council's annual budget, threatens to shut down a wide range of essential services, including literacy programs, Chamorro and Carolinian language courses, and community engagement activities, projects that document and promote CNMI's history, as well as initiatives that foster critical thinking and civic dialogue, could all be jeopardized. The impact of this funding cut extends beyond the organization itself. Thousands of students, teachers, and local citizens rely on these programs for educational and cultural enrichment. The Council has awarded over $1.4 million in grants to fund 222 humanities projects, but they say without the NEH support, these programs face a very uncertain future. The council is urging the community to take action. They're calling on residents to contact elected officials, including Representative Kimberly King Hines, and share how these programs have impacted their lives. They also ask for support through donations and public advocacy to ensure the future of humanities in the Marianas. For more information on how to help, you can visit the council's website. Your voice can help protect the humanities for future generations in the NMI.
Just last week, the new administration imposed high tariffs on many of the United States' international trade partners. Many will now impose retaliatory levies. How will this affect our lives in the CNMI? Well, we asked CPA Dave Berger this very question. Tariffs have been imposed by the new administration on trade partners, including 36% on goods imported from China, 24% on Japan, and 26% on South Korea. Retaliatory tariffs are likely to be levied against U.S. goods. This can have a major effect on the pocketbook of our tourism partners and on us. Dave Berger has been a certified public accountant for over 40 years, serving Saipan, Guam, Palau, and the Federated States of Micronesia.
With the tariffs being imposed and the fact that we rely heavily on imported products, I think we have, the reality of it is we're going to have higher prices.
In reaction to the imposition of tariffs during the last 2 days of last week, the S&P Investment Fund lost over 11% of its value. Many U.S. and NMI retirement funds are invested in S&P or other mutual funds.
We've got two retirement funds. We have the one that used to be a defined benefit plan, which turned into a settlement fund because it was unsustainable the way it was designed. And then we have a defined contribution plan. Now, each one of these funds depends on a certain amount of earnings to make sure that the money is there to pay the retirees. And yes, I saw over 10%, maybe 11% drop in 2 days in the S&P 500 index funds. I have a couple of investments myself and woke up and just, wow, this is not great.
Is this cause for long-term concern?
With investments and retirement funds, you really do have to take a long-term view. And long-term, these funds do make money. We've had ups and downs, we've had crashes. Yes, these funds are going to recover. How long? I don't know. How long it's going to take? The imposition of the tariffs is sent shockwaves through the investment community. You have to have a strong stomach when things like this happen.
If the tension caused by these unilateral tariffs were to create a more permanent international trade conflict, could there be real negative effects on existing retirement accounts?
Certainly there's a possibility that the settlement fund could get depleted. At that point in time, the general fund has to step in and make the payments. And where's the general fund going to get the money to do that?
The tariffs have been imposed. What is the effect of possible retaliatory actions?
The tariffs are actually on the U.S. side, but then there's retaliatory tariffs being imposed by these other countries saying, okay, if you're going to raise our prices, we're going to raise.
Exactly.
Seems like a no-win situation to me. Now the CNMI, the simple fact is, we need more tourists. We rely on tourism. We are trying to do some other things. We are trying to figure out a way to get investment firms to carve out a little piece of their portfolio and park it here under a CNMI entity and run the business here, experience what our tax system can do for them, and see if they appreciate that. I've been an optimist most of my life. This is the most nervous I've ever been, looking at what's happening with our tourist arrivals, the things going on in the U.S. mainland. Here we are on a Sunday. I'm here working all day. I'm happy to be busy.
The bench trial continues today for a former legislator and a former CPA employee over an altercation that took place 3 years ago. Vicente Camacho and Tepo Nikiti appeared in front of Judge Kenneth Govendo facing charges of assault and battery and disturbing the peace. The incident occurred on October 29, 2021, when Stephen Koch claims Camacho approached him at a neighbor's house, allegedly after a dispute over work-related issues. Koch says Camacho swung at him, leading to a physical confrontation where Camacho's sons joined in. Camacho was arrested, posted bail, and Koch later filed a restraining order. During today's proceedings, prosecutors introduced a whip as evidence. Emily Thompson argued that Nikiti was simply a bystander, an employee of Camacho that came to his defense. Koch, testifying remotely, described injuries and denied using the whip on Camacho or his sons. The trial continues.
Coming up, a deep-sea robotic exploration of the water column is underway.
And for the love of principles, educators and students fight to keep them where they're at.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. My friend, you are the champions to the end.
Damn, you have to keep it low key.
Keep it humble, baby.
Humble, humble. Welcome back. You're watching the Monday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Jules Verne wrote his classic science fiction novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, in the 1860s, in the pages of which Captain Nemo explores the ocean deep in his futuristic submarine called the Nautilus. Today, the modern Nautilus comes to the Marianas on a mission to map unexplored ocean depths. Megan Cook is the Director of Education and Outreach for the Ocean Exploration Trust. She's here to meet with scientists and students who are being encouraged to act both as observers and participants in the discovery process.
The Nautilus is a ship of deep-sea exploration designed to go to places we've never been before in the world's ocean, which is still most of the ocean. And we're here to really help map new areas of the seafloor, visit them and film them. We're specialists in going to the deep ocean, so the places that are deep and dark and generally farther away from the coastlines. But the ocean is so important. We have so much left to learn about it. We'll be visiting habitats that have tremendous biodiversity, some of the most complex geology on Earth, and we really design these expeditions with science input from all over the world and also community input to be sure the data we're gathering is going to help serve this place.
There have been previous dives to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, but robotic exploration of the water column where the fish live is brand new.
Some of the expedition sites will be looking at the water column above the trench, at the abyssal plain, so the very deep ocean to the east of the islands, and then two different kinds of volcanoes, one that is brand new seafloor being created west of the islands, and something called a mud volcano, which is not lava, but mud that comes out of the seafloor that's just east of the islands.
Ms. Cook and scientist Daniel Wagoner offered a presentation to pique local interest at American Memorial Park.
The ocean is our biggest museum, the most amazing environment to study this planet.
And we're studying it why?
We're studying it because the ocean really drives so many things about our climate. It drives where so much food comes from, where the oxygen on this planet is. But a big part of OET's mission is to understand the ocean, but also to inspire the next generation of explorers. So we broadcast from our ship 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So lots of opportunities for the community to tune in and be part of these expeditions, ask questions, interact with the team. In addition to, we're sending educators and local students aboard the ship. And so a big part of that mission and why we want to share it is so that we can use the excitement of discovery, the excitement of seeing something truly brand new to help people connect and care for this place, as they have in the Marianas for thousands of years and will be the stewards of this place long into the future.
There is little doubt that multiple new species will be discovered during these explorations. The more we learn about our planet, the more we can be stewards of its future.
Being an explorer is the coolest thing. I grew up in the middle of the desert. Really having a library card was the way I was able to access the ocean. And I want kids to build their connection and their love for this place in the same way. It would be a fun job if I just got to go do this work, but the best thing about Nautilus and Ocean Exploration Trust is that anyone can be there live with us at the moment of discovery and be part of this exploration in a really authentic way. We've been here this week meeting with different community stakeholders, government agencies, community leaders about the ideas that we have for the expedition and to really hone in on what the priorities are here, to be sure that all the data we collect is really informing needs here locally. And so this will be another chance to just get to hear what the community is interested in, what they're excited about, and move closer towards the expedition plan.
The first expedition begins on May the 7th, leaving from Guam, and lasts through June. You can tune in live at nautiluslive.org to view the exploration as it happens.
Honk if you don't want your principal to leave your school. A protest against the island-wide PSS principal rotation.
We want to keep our principal.
On Friday, April 4th, schools of all levels in Kagman collaborated to gain community support. The CNMI public school system is scheduled to shuffle some principals around throughout the island from one school to the next, and the rotation is said to take place during this summer on July 1st. Kagman school educator Mina Beneventi suggests a different approach.
Everyone you see here, we believe that the rotation for PSS should be reconsidered and maybe potentially, we're hoping for maybe a more staggered approach versus a blanketed approach where all principals rotate. If we keep our principal, that means academic success, our reading and our math scores go up. Our principals continue to care for the same kids. Everything is predictable. The relationships with all stakeholders, as well as teachers and students, it stays strong. And that's what we're here for once again. We're here to make sure that that doesn't disappear across the CNMI.
Paseva Hotel says she wants to end her high school year next year with the same principal.
Mr. Jones has made a big impact at my school. Not only me, other students, and I know for sure other students who have left my school. Mr. Jones, he's a really great person, he's a great principal, and he's a great leader. So him leaving would just, it would probably break all the stuff that he had built for our school to become a better, a better place for us.
Coblerville Elementary School staff and students who will also be affected by the rotation joined the movement. Edison Aguirre says losing his principal will change the dynamics of the school.
Our principal, Miss Nishimura, she hasn't been there for a long time, 5 years short, and there's still more for her to do. So we really want to keep her here. She's done so much amazing things for her school. She helped build a really cultural, diverse school setting where we can all be ourselves, and it's going to really affect everything.
Students love their principal.
They do.
You know, you never know what to expect on the island of Saipan. On a random Monday night, expecting nothing but a nice slice of pizza at Godfathers Bar. This guy. At Godfathers, the Gigolos play their usually calm Monday evening set list until this young tourist from Korea unexpectedly reveals his saxophone, and then this happens. A Saipan Minute.
Coming up in sports, paddlers head outside the reef competing on a wing and a prayer.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month, plus a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style. Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
I'm a savage. Drop the class
dream since like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got his eyes that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! Here in the CNMI, sport is often not about who wins or loses, but how you play the game. Today, however, it is also not about who wins or loses, but how you play the game, except that we just happen to be sitting next to a winner. As the sun rises over Kalili Beach, a gentle rain falls. Clouds hover silently over calm waters of the Philippine Sea. Va'a paddlers prepare to seize the day. Sakurako Halstead.
Good morning! Top of the morning to you. We are here at Kalili Beach early in the morning, ready for our long distance race.
And as the crews shake the sleep out of their systems, Elaine Cabrera.
We have MPP with 3 crews out, 2 women, 1 men's crew. SPC has 1 woman, 1 men's crew, waiting to see if they have a juniors crew. And then we have MOC. I believe we have 2 women's crew, and we're waiting to see if we have a competitor for the juniors or the juniors crew. But we also have our NMI national team racing today. It's to help us prepare for races because we have our mini games coming up in June, July, and then we have Micro Cup in Palau as well in October.
The focus of this competition is to prepare young racers for the challenges of international competition. Alana Hayes is a junior in high school for the Saipan Paddling Club.
Yes, we're going to win. Of course, you have to go into every race thinking that you're going to win.
The theme of the day is competition, but what is competition other than the pursuit of personal and team excellence? Jason Tarkong.
All right, let's bow our heads. All right, ready? Lord, we thank you for an opportunity to paddle. May everybody be safe, all clubs, all the national team, especially our ladies who worked hard. May the best person win. We already know, you know who's going to win, but hard work always beats talent if talent refuses to work hard. Thank you for the opportunity to paddle today, to enjoy our fellowship, and to enjoy the weather. In your most holy name we pray. And everyone says, Amen. Amen. All right, on 3, MOC. Ready? Bring it in. Keep it low. Ready? Keep it humble. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
MOC. Keep it humble. This is Dan Shor for KSPN2. I am here at Kalili Beach on a Saturday morning, just after 6 a.m. The Va'a racers have just taken off. They're leading towards the lighthouse or beyond Managaha. They're going to tour around. They're going to go outside of the reef and go all the way down to Sugar Dock, where they will turn and come back here to Kalili Beach for their win. They are out here on this unbelievably beautiful morning. Everybody seems to be in good spirits. They're competitive, but not violently competitive. They're playful and just seem to love being on the water and one with this beautiful sky and sea. And as the sun rises, their energy rises and they're paddling for joy. That's what it feels like. The men's national team 6s lead all other teams to the finish. Team captain Darian Salas.
8-mile run.
still a lot to work on, still trying to blend, and we're all still trying to work together. You know, the main goal is we all look like one paddler, so we're still on that route.
The first women's team to finish is, wow, the Marianas Outrigger Club led by none other than Sakurako Halstead. Sakurako, with her team, rest their weary bones in the warm and inviting waters of their quiet lagoon, while Captain Jason Tarkong paddles in.
God is a part of our life, our culture, and everything, and what we believe in. So, you know, for me, paddling is all about your spirit. I tell them, when you get in the canoe, leave everything. You know, we all got our problems, but clear your mind. And for me, it's therapy. I call it H2O therapy. Some people call it saltwater therapy. It's kind of like a runner's high, especially long-distance runners. Once you get over that little hump, then you just get into that zone. So, and prayer helps put us in that zone, kind of like a little good meditation.
And in a team zone, because that's a team sport.
Yeah, they got a band. Yeah,
I mean,
and Sakura was steering. Your girl, Sakura.
You don't have to believe in God to believe in beauty and communion and camaraderie. It is what it is all about. On this Va'az Saturday in the waters of Saipan.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with only a 10% chance of isolated showers, low temperatures of around 78 degrees. The relatively dry weather continues tomorrow with only a 10% chance of rainfall and high temperatures of 87 and lows in the evening of 78 degrees. The sun has just set at 6:30 p.m. tonight and will rise with the paddlers tomorrow at 6:08 a.m., except the paddlers will already be on the water, watching as the sun also rises, illuminating the aquamarine shimmering waters, the rhythm of their breath matching the splash of the oars against the surface of the sea. And I will see them, yes, in the water or a little later on the land.
That's news, sports, and weather.
Winners!
Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you again on Wednesday.